What's going on, guys? It's Hayden, and I'm bringing you week 6 of the Magma division for the ISL Gen 6 Throwback season. We have 5 battles to get through today. Unfortunately, we had another forfeit. Then we have the updated standings with 2 weeks to go. We have a MVP race that is quickly getting out of hand, and then a couple shocking races for the rest of the awards. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Leading off with our first battle of week 6, we have these Pokemons bringing Mega Deontay, Zapdos, Jellicent, Pangoro, Heatran, Amoonguss to go up against the Moss Deep City Sharpedos and Starmie, Mega Pinsir, Crocodile, Virizion, Blissey, and Aerodactyl. Both of these teams are fighting for that last playoff spot, so let's go ahead and see the outcome of this battle. coming off of our longest featured battle for Season 6, we have the Moss Deep City Sharpedos getting the 1-0 victory over these Pokemans. As for knockouts, for the Sharpedos, Mega Pinsir had 4, including the 3 that Mega Pinsir used to clean up the win, and Starmie had the other 2 knockouts. And as for these Pokemans, Jellicent had 2, then Mega Diancie, Zapdos, and Pangoro all had 1. And in our second battle of Week 6, we had the Multiscale Genies take the 4-0 win over the Fiend City Froakies. A couple of early game predictions paved the way for Multiscale to sort of run away with it. And at the very end, Hippowdon on the Froakies was able to lower the differential just a little bit by lasting a lot longer than probably most would have thought. But as for the knockouts for the Multiscale, Mega Blastoise had 3, and I believe all 3 of them came off of Aura Sphere, which is, I guess, just a little fun fact about the battle. Thundurus Therian had 2, and Tornadus Therian also had 1 knockout. Then for the Froakies, Hippowdon and Excadrill both picked up 1 apiece. And moving on to battle number 3, we have the Denver Dracos securing the 5-0 win over the Vancouver Chi-Yu. The Denver Dracos, remember, came into this week as the number 1 seed and showed out with another very impressive showing this week. As for the knockouts, Mega Swampert, our current MVP, picked up 3 in this battle, with Aegislash picking up 2 and Fletchinder picking up 1 as well. Then for the Chi-Yu, Mew picked up the solo knockout. And in our 4th battle of the week, we have the Logan Lopunny picking up the 5-0 win over the Sunset Rose Meowstic. This was a back and forth battle to start, and then the Lopunny just gradually started to pull away and were able to secure a huge victory this late into the season. As for the knockouts, Mega Lopunny picked up 5 to jump up massively in the MVP standings, and Salamence picked up the 1 other. Then for the Sunset Rose Meowstic, Mega Mawile picked up the lone knockout. And for our final battle of Week 6, we have the Toronto Tyrantrums, who are currently on a heater, picking up the 6-0 win over the Virginia Merrills. And that 6-0 came off the back of Scrafty, who was able to put up a couple Dragon Dances, and I believe became the 2nd Mon in the Magma division this season to pick up all 6 knockouts by itself. Not much else I can say about that, except for we will probably see Scrafty in the Cosmog Award section, seeing as Feraligatr of the Tyrantrums was the current leader at 6-3. In just this game alone, Scrafty is 6-0. So very strong showing, and let's see what they have for the rest of the season. And we have one more outcome to talk about, and that is the Nova Umbreon picking up the forfeit win for Week 6 over the Strollin Astion. That does knock the Strollin Astion down to the bubble of the playoff, and that gives Nova Umbreon their first win of Season 6. And speaking of the standings, as you can see, 2 teams have separated themselves just a little bit from the rest of the pack, as the 1 seed Denver Dracos hold on to their top seed going into Week 7 at 5-1 plus 19. But the Toronto Tyrantrums are now right on their heels at 5-1 plus 17. Then we have a trio of 4 and 2 teams led by 3-seed Multiscale with a plus 12 differential. Then the 4-seed Fiend City Frokies at plus 7. Then the 5-seed Logan Lopunny at plus 5. Then we have 2 teams tied at 3 and 3 with a 0 differential in the now strolling Ashton, who just took the forfeit loss, and the Moss Deep City Sharpedos. And then right on the bubble we have 8-seed Virginia Merrill with a 3 and 3 record but a minus 3 differential. Right behind them we have the 9-seed Sunset Rose Meowstic at 2 and 4 minus 9. Then we have a trio of 1 and 5 teams to round out the league with 10-seed D's Pokemans at minus 7, 11-seed Vancouver Chiyu at minus 19, and the 12-seed Nova Umbreon at minus 22. And moving on to our Arceus Award, as you can see, the Mega Swampert of the Denver Dracos is now posting a 7 knockout lead, currently sitting at 18 and 3. And we do have a new second place Mon of Mega Lopunny of the Logan Lopunny, currently at 11 and 3. And moving on to the Lugia Award, we have our only tie across either division in the ISL this season, with both taking 25 hits. We have Hippowdon of the Fiend City Frokies and Porygon 2 of the Virginia Merrill. Porygon 2 basically had a stranglehold on this award until Hippowdon exploded with its efforts in this week. And moving on to the Mew Award, we have Mega Swampert's partner in crime, Politoed of the Denver Dracos, still leading this award with 11. But we do have another newcomer in second place with Fortress of the Toronto Tyrantrums taking over that second place spot with 8. And as I alluded to earlier with the Cosmog Award, we do have a new leader, but the same team with Scrafty of the Toronto Tyrantrums now leading the pack at 7 and 0 after its 6th knockout week. And then that does push down his teammate Feraligatr down to second with a 6 and 3 record. And with that, that is going to wrap up week 6 of the Magma division. Tomorrow we will be releasing another joint Aqua and Magma division power rankings because it was a short week coming off of the holiday. In week 7 we might be going back to the normal power rankings, but we'll see how much I like doing these newer ones. And with that, let me know who your guys' favorite to win, if it is one of the 2 favorites in the Denver Dracos or the Toronto Tyrantrums, or if it's a dark horse who's not even in the playoffs as of now. And with that, thanks for watching.